This is Vulu's World Television. Welcome to News TOPUP, your weekly recap of trending stories. I am Bulushola Yanolua. Let's dive in.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken a strong message on African trade and economic survival to Kigali, Rwanda at the African CEO Forum held on May 13, 2026. Arriving alongside other African leaders and global investors, Tinubu called for a bold shift in Africa's economic direction. He warned that the continent can no longer depend heavily on raw material exports, insisting that Africa must move urgently into local manufacturing, industrial production, and stronger trade within its own borders. The president also raised concerns about the global financial system, saying high borrowing costs are choking development across African nations and slowing down economic progress. According to him, Nigeria is projected to spend about $11.6 billion on debt servicing in 2026, a situation he says is limiting investment in infrastructure, healthcare, education, and power supply. On Nigeria's side, Tinubu defended his government's tough reforms, including the removal of fuel subsidy and exchange rate adjustment, describing them as painful but necessary steps to stabilize the economy and restore investor confidence. Discussions at the summit also centered on boosting intra-African trade, strengthening private sector partnerships, and improving economic cooperation across Africa.
To put our money where our mouth is and develop a relationship. Luckily, we have African trade agreement that should not be left on the drawing board, should be activated properly.
Political activities have intensified across Nigeria as key figures begin positioning ahead of the next presidential race. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has formally submitted his nomination form to contest the presidency under the African Democratic Congress (ADC). Also, on the same platform, former Transport Minister Rotimi Amechi has joined the race, submitting his nomination form ahead of the party's primaries.
Things will change. We change the country, we change the current administration first. If you change the current administration, the message to do.
In Ibadan, Governor Seyi Makinde declared interest in the presidency under a proposed PDP-APM alliance, warning opposition parties to unite to protect democracy and prevent what he described as a drift toward a one-party system.
The opposition in Nigeria is not just political parties. The opposition is the everyday Nigerian for whom the country does not work. And even the opposition political parties in Nigeria remain collectively resolved to work together to present an alternative.
However, the declaration triggered fresh divisions within the People's Democratic Party. The faction allied with FCT Minister Johnson Wike rejected the claim, insisting that there is no official PDP alliance with APM and reaffirming its control of the party structure.
Let us state clearly and unequivocally that the PDP is not part of any alliance, coalition, agreement, or political arrangement with the Allied People's Movement or any other political party regarding this gathering or any related political activity.
INEC also knows that I'm not called PDP APM alliance. We are busy, people are busy doing career, they are screening. And so it's the imagination of Seyi Makinde. And that has now confirmed what we have told Nigerians. After the misinterpretation of his judgment, it has come clear to every Nigerian that these guys are very, very fraudulent.
At the same time, the Tamino Turaki-backed faction supported Makinde's position, saying coalition talks are necessary to strengthen opposition unity and defend Nigeria's multi-party democracy. The internal dispute comes in the wake of a Supreme Court judgment that nullified recognition of parallel leadership structures in the PDP, deepening disagreement over which factions hold legitimate authority. Meanwhile, within the ruling All Progressive Congress, internal tension has also emerged following the recent screening of aspirants nationwide. Several contestants are rejecting alleged consensus arrangements and demanding direct primary elections. In Ibadan, protesters stormed the APC secretariat, insisting on transparent primaries. The party has since postponed its primary election timetable, according to its National Publicity Secretary, Felix Morka. Political observers say these developments signal rising tensions and shifting alliances as Nigeria moves closer to the next general elections. Tensions erupted at the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital on Tuesday, May 12, 2026, after EFCC operatives reportedly stormed the facility to verify documents linked to a fraud investigation involving a senior medical officer. Eyewitnesses' accounts claimed the situation escalated inside the hospital with a senior doctor, Professor Eyo Ekpe, allegedly arrested and taken away during the operation. Hospital staff further alleged that workers who tried to intervene were assaulted, with reports of tear gas causing panic and disruption within the facility. The Nigerian Medical Association in Akwa Ibom has condemned the incident, describing it as an attack on the sanctity of the hospital and threatening legal action. But the EFCC has denied the allegation, insisting its operatives were on a lawful assignment and were instead attacked by hospital staff. Both sides are now presenting conflicting accounts as calls grow for an independent investigation.
That's all for this week. For more trendy updates, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Vulus World Television, and stay connected. Once again, I am Wulushola Yanolua. Thanks for watching.